I watched 4,000 patients die over 53 years of practicing medicine. I signed their death certificates. I held their hands in their final hours. I told their families. And I am going to tell you something that most of those people had in common. They did not have to die when they did. Not from genetics, not from bad luck, from choices. Exposed patterns I first identified in 1972. Exposed behaviors I warned patients about for decades. Most of them did not listen. Now most of them are gone. I am 102 years old. I am not telling you this because I want your sympathy or your amazement. I am telling you this because I need you to understand that I have spent more time with dying people than almost anyone alive today. And I know exactly what separates the ones who made it to 90 from the ones who dropped dead at 68. You are probably doing at least two of these things. Right now, today, this morning, and you have no idea they are shaving years off your life. The first thing I learned in 53 years of medicine is that sitting will kill you faster than almost anything else you do. This is not an exaggeration. I watched it happen in real time, patient after patient. In 1981, I started keeping separate notes on my patients who sat for work versus those who moved. Accountants, secretaries, executives. They aged differently. Their blood work looked different. Their hearts failed sooner. By 1990, I had enough data to know that someone sitting 8 or 9 hours daily was aging internally about 40% faster than someone who moved throughout the day. The medical literature caught up eventually, but I saw it first in the bodies of my patients. Here is what happens. You sit. Your circulation slows. Blood pools in your legs. Your lymphatic system, which depends on movement to function, stagnates. Toxins accumulate. Your muscles begin to atrophy within days of reduced use. After age 60, this process accelerates dramatically because your body loses the resilience it had at 40. I had a patient. A retired judge, who exercised every morning for 45 minutes religiously. He thought he was safe, but he sat reading and watching television for 10 or 11 hours after that. He was dead at 71, a stroke. His morning exercise did not protect him from his afternoon stillness. The solution is not complicated. Move every hour. Stand up. Walk to another room. Do something that requires your legs. I have done this since 1974. I set a timer. Every 50 minutes I get up. I am 102 and I still do this. The second pattern I identified was sleep. Not just getting enough sleep, but getting the right kind. I cannot tell you how many patients told me they only needed 5 or 6 hours. They said it with pride, like it was a sign of strength. It was a sign of delusion. Your brain requires 7 to 10 hours to complete its repair cycles. During deep sleep, your lymphatic system flushes out metabolic waste, including the proteins associated with cognitive decline. When you consistently cut your sleep short, you are allowing these toxins to accumulate night after night after night. I watched patients develop memory problems a full decade earlier than those who slept well. The correlation was so strong I could almost predict who would start declining based on their sleep habits in their 60s. And here is something the research is only now confirming. Broken sleep is worse than short sleep. Waking up 4 or 5 times per night, even briefly, prevents you from reaching the deep stages where restoration happens. Many of my patients did not even know they were waking. Their spouses knew, but they did not. If you wake up tired after 8 hours in bed, something is wrong. The third thing that kills people after 60 is loneliness. I know this sounds soft. It is not. Loneliness triggers a chronic stress response in your body. Your cortisol remains elevated. Your immune function decreases. Your inflammation markers rise. I had patients who were otherwise healthy but lived alone with no meaningful connections. They deteriorated faster than patients with serious chronic conditions who had strong